Are you kidding me? Hey guys, welcome back. It's Cherry Tomato, and we are back with part 5 of our Ark life. Well, I have recently finished my treehouse, and I just have to paint it now. And when I done my treehouse, I didn't really want to copy Hawk and how he done his, so I tried to go, a little bit different. So I added pillars all the way around my, tree-based foundation, and then I started out from that way. And besides, working on my treehouse and stuff, we had some issues with some kiting going on and threats of, somebody leading a giga to us. So in the front of our base, we completely put pillars up, metal. You don't want to put all metal. And considering that there is a barrier in between the front of our base to the water, I couldn't really, make it as pretty as I had liked. So I had to do with, what I had to work with. So that's why we have all the metal pillars around us. And you want to stack your metal pillars when you're doing this to, giga-proof your base. You want to put them like maybe 2 to 3 high, and if you can, go higher even. I mean, better protection. So, and then I put the foundations of, well, I put this fence foundations in metal, and then I put my walls on top of that. So it's not really the prettiest thing, but it is efficient, and it will, keep anything out of your base when it comes to like wild gigas and all that stuff. We've actually tested that with a wild giga. We put, metal spikes and metal pillars, and it does work. So we do know that for sure. And with the threats that was coming in, we had somebody, say they're going to put 1,000 pillars around us to block us in. So that's why I have all these pillars out here everywhere. And I know that you don't have to have your pillars that close together, but when you're putting pillars out, there is no bubble that indicates how far that it goes. So therefore, you really don't know the length of the pillar. And I have, learned from me pillaring up other places that sometimes you can get a gap in there. So when you pillar up like I am for right now, it's temporarily. But when you pillar it up like crazy with your pillars, you're stopping from anybody getting in those little holes that they can, seep through. So that's why that's temporarily like that. And you see the spiked fence all the way around the property. That's me outlining our property that I'm going to eventually put stone gates up. And then replace all this wood with stone. It's just time consuming when you're, starting. So you want to start out with, the easiest materials together first, which is wood, and then build up the stone, then metal. So that is my progress that I have made so far since our last video, and I'm continuing working on that. We have a nice piece of property here, so we don't have to worry about nobody, building in on us and whatever. And then if people, do want to, try to run the beach in front of us, we don't have to worry about, getting meat, because we have had that issue too, like people trying to steal like all the kills out there, so we can't gather meat for our babies and stuff. And I'm personally tired of it, so that's why I'm taking a little bigger chunk of land so that I can fence it in and have my own, animals that spawn in there that's wild, so I can go ahead and kill them and have meat all the time for my babies. And I have experienced with, oh my goodness, my poor boat, as you've seen there. I'm working on learning how to make boats with my rafts. But we had this little thatch hut be built in front of our base, to troll us. And to eliminate that problem, I'm like, okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build a bridge all the way across the water, because our other tribe member actually lives across the water. And that would be convenient for us to have this bridge to travel back and forth to each other instead of having to go through the water. Well, we built this bridge out of rafts. Now, if you do not know, rafts actually count as pets. So, or your animals, your tames. So every raft that you have goes up a number of the tame limit that you do have. So you might want to consider not having that many rafts, if possible, when you're, playing Ark. So what I had done is I had built that bridge. And when you have somebody build on your property, the best thing to do is build up high behind them, so that you can have like a ramp or something going over their building, so that completely ruins them building onto it anymore. So that would stop any trolls that you would have. with, I don't know what I'm doing right now. I'm playing in the dark. I always play in the dark with no torch. Okay, Cherry, what are you doing? Just stand here in the dark. It's not creepy at all. There we go. Now, as you've seen, there was Smokey with me. In love with this animal. Smokey is the bear that my boyfriend had got. I had talked about in my previous videos, and I had took ownership of it. So everywhere I go now, Smokey goes with me. I feel so safe with this bear. I mean, he's got awesome health. His melee's high. I mean, he's just an awesome bear, and I feel really safe on him. So I can pretty much take out anything on my own. And I've actually bred at this point with a bear that my boyfriend had got me with this bear. So we've had little baby bears be born, and I gave them to my tribe members. So as you see, Coco is also a child of Smokey's. And we're out here exploring, looking at this little thatch hut that, you know, we're being trolled with. So I had, you know me. I like to, you know, troll back. So I had to put a sign there that said "try again." So we're out, and I've already got our property outlined, which the trolls did not like, us to have any, you know, property where they can't continue to troll us. Oh my goodness, I hit the spikes. Now, I have noticed too, when you do start out with, you know, like outline your walls with the spikes can be kind of dangerous for your pets. You can get hurt on your own spikes and actually kill yourself on your own spikes, unfortunately. So like I said, they are temporarily, and I'm wanting to put the stone gates up to replace that. And with pillaring, I don't know if I mentioned it or not, but I'm going to, you know, tell you again if I already told you, that anytime you put pillars out, you want to stack them too high, because the decay rate of them and the lifespan of them lasts longer when they are too high. So if you're out, you know, pillaring your own property or whatever, or maybe you're trolling somebody, you know, whatever, that's your own business, but stack them too high. And you see, I don't have all mine stacked too high yet, but I plan on it. I'm working on it. It's just faster for me to get out and, you know, place pillars everywhere and then go back and, you know, double pillar them. So we're just out, you know, roaming our property. We're like, we got some property now. Da 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 da. So, I mean, it's really nice, the area we're in the Redwoods. If you're on a different server and this area is not taken, you should possibly consider taking, you know, making you a base here, because I absolutely love this area. You're conveniently located to, you know, water in front of you. You got a metal spawns in the back of you on the mountain there. You have a swamp on the other side, and necessarily we've had some issues with titans being brought to our base, and as long as you don't touch them, you know, and aggro them, then they won't destroy your shit and your animals. But you gotta keep your animals on passive as well. So when that happens, the titans come in, they get stuck on the big redwood trees. And then gigas, necessarily, they don't spawn over here. So we're pretty lucky to have this area, and I love it. And I have been experimenting with breeding. This is an Allosaurus that we hatched, and I'm hoping to get a breeding video of all my little babies that I have recently hatched.